Good morning. Bit of a shout out to a channel I luckily stumbled upon yesterday. Smell the Vinyl. Good stuff. What's sort of inspired me was he actually did a short video on this album, Reactor, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, and I thought, wow, finally someone's, I mean, this is, oh Christ, I was about to read something on the back and it's all in Latin. This, I did not buy this at the time. This is early 80s, Neil Young. Neil Young, as we all know, started to go off in the late 70s. He had a good run, but it got pretty ugly after Zuma. And, Flotsam and Jetsam type albums, a couple of good tracks. And, I've got one of his albums, there's only one good track on it, Hurricane, You Are Like a Hurricane. I think it's Hawks and Doves, I don't know what it is. But it can't be bothered playing it just for one song. But this one hasn't got any classics on it. I bought this years later. I did not buy it at the time. I cannot remember when I bought it, but I love this red and black reprise. I really like that. It's so nice. Yeah, I mean, there's no real classics on here or anything, but I love Southern Pacific. I mean, T-Bone, there's no classics on here. It's just them just having fun. And the sound of this album, oh my God, it just sounds so good on my system. It really, there's some, this is what this video is about. I picked out the albums that sound really, really good on my system. This is just a mid-range system. 40-year-old Technics SL 1200 Mark II with the Stanton cartridge and stylus. This especially South Pacific track, Southern Pacific. It's very early here. It's 6:12 a.m. and the sun is just starting to come up. I've been up since 3 o'clock. 2 triple strength coffees haven't really helped today. Southern Pacific, there's just the sound of this album. It's very basic. It's just, there's no, just so well recorded, honestly. His 80s output is an abomination, as we all know. But this was what he got back to around about 89, 90, with Crazy Horse again doing, those comeback albums, not Ragged Glory before that. Ragged Glory and those albums. So he sort of, this was like a, hello, we're still here. This came out about 81, 83 or something. So hello, we're still here, we can still do it. And then it sort of went off with the Pixies for quite a while there. But look, honestly, if you ever see a copy of this anywhere, and I'm sure they wouldn't be going for much money, I can highly recommend it, just for the pure sound. It sounds so good. You don't care if the songs aren't memorable. It's just the sound is so good. Another one was our young friend Harris Pilton had one of his latest excellent video. He mentioned the Human League, of course, which this is my original copy from, I think it's 81. The sound on this is another one. The sound is just, it's just alive. words won't do it. You know, they just won't do it. It, you know, if you put these on now on my system, any of these I'm showing, you'll just go, oh wow. I mean, there's something about the recording. Whoever was in the studio running the show, I don't know, but those two, I'll leave those two to last because they're my two. This is I think it's a late 80s reissue, but this is the best sounding version I've ever heard of their debut album. It's just, I think it's Strawberry. I can't read the Dead Wax, but it's Strawberry. I don't know, studio or something. It wasn't recorded there, but it was remastered. That's it. This was remastered by Strawberry. It was, which is all I can say is that Strawberry was run by one of the guys out of 10cc. I think it's Graham Gilman or one of those guys. And we all know they took a lot of care and attention recording their 10cc albums. So the sound of that is just astonishing. I looked up those Hoffman forums. I played this 6 months ago and I just went, oh my God. I just thought, wow, I haven't heard this in a while, and it just sounds so freaking fantastic. And I looked it up, and the Hoffman forums were saying, oh, the Strawberry one pressings are garbage. And other people were saying they're the best sounding. This is all personal. I'm telling you, if you see the Dead Wax one of this, and it's K40031 stereo, whatever that is. All I can say is, if it's got the Strawberry version of this, jump on it. It sounds mind-blowingly good. Okay, now I've got two copies of this one, both Australian pressings. One's I've got in the plastic, and the other one I took out so we could look at the. Now it's got the Vertigo swirl down the corner, but it's not that swirl. These are the spaceship ones, which I actually like better. Two immaculate copies, both Australian pressings. The sound of this Autobahn is just, all the Kraftwerk albums sound great. Let's face it, the well-known ones. But there's something really organic about Autobahn. It is futuristic, and still is, in my opinion. And looking back, as they say, to analog and all that, it's like, oh no, I'm wrong. I got terrible sinus today. I cannot think. I can't think straight. This just sounds so great. All these albums I'm talking about, I cannot play them once. When special occasion playing vinyl. I've got all these except Reactor on CD as well. Now they sound fine, but there's something special about these particular pressings. Yes, they're all well recorded. The last one I'll show, my favourite, probably wasn't necessarily. Yeah, it was well recorded because it sounds absolutely freaking fantastic. So, yeah, Autobahn. All these albums, I play them once. I've got to play them 2 or 3 times in a row. They're so good. So these are real special occasion records for me. This is my original. This is my my favourite, my original Suicide, copy of Suicide on Red Star. 1977. Yes, I bought it. This is my original copy. This is a UK, put out through Bronze Records. There she blows. The sound that comes out of this vinyl is, oh God, Frankie Teardrop. There's one that scared the shit out of your neighbours. Fucking hell. It's the mighty, mighty Suicide. Alan Vega, rest in peace, and Martin Rev's still with us, though he'd be in his 80s now. Yeah, side one, Ghost Rider, Rocket USA, Cherie, Johnny, Girl. Side two, Frankie Teardrop and Shay. This album, produced by Craig Leon and Marty Thau, engineered by Larry Alexander. Well done, Larry. Never heard of you before, never heard of you since. Recorded at Ultima Studios, New York. All arrangements by Suicide. It's just Martin Rev, as it says here. Alan Vega, vocals. Martin Rev, instrument. That's it. It's just Martin Rev playing some cheap, one of those organs families used to buy, and you'd play them and laugh and go, oh God, listen to how corny. This guy has made that sort of joke instrument and into something that's unbelievable. I cannot stress enough how great this album is. I've got it on CD. It's not as good as the vinyl. It's almost like a different mix. It's still good, but this thing is just freaking awesome. This vinyl, it is, man. It's the one word I've got for all these albums I've just showed is organic. There's an organic analog sound about them, and yet they're sort of all in their own way. Whenever they came out, they were futuristic, and Bowling Reactor, it's not futuristic, but it's just the sound on these. What a waffling waste of time this one was. Anyway, I hope someone might, if you don't have any of those and you really like really, really good sound from vinyl, those 4 or 5 I've just shown, I can recommend, absolutely recommend. Take care all.